Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Iyaitunu Reinstated. Ooni of Ife restores the true mother of Ọṣun as palace women celebrate Queen Naomi's influence. Okay, yes, indeed, they celebrated Queen Naomi's rising influence because they believe that everything right now is happening because of Olori Naomi. They said Iyaitunu told her story amidst tears, the things that she went through in her own land where she sold everything. Like she has invested her time, her energy, her emotions, her spiritual, and in fact, everything, to this deity, the gods, and the setting, the community, the women community, and all of that, for them to do what they did to her. They said she was crying and saying that if she did not buy, nothing will buy her again. They say Iyaitunu, reinstatement, sent shockwave across the royal household. Iyaitunu revered as the symbolic and spiritual mother of Ọṣun, within Yoruba tradition, has long been associated with purity, feminine power, and royal motherhood. For years, her role was marginalized, downplayed, and in recent times even discontinued. But all of that has changed, thanks in part, to the rising influence of Queen Naomi with the, palace corridor. Yes, so Delara, what many thought was impossible has now become reality, okay? The reinstatement of Iyaitunu is not just a cultural correction, it is a powerful message from the Ooni of Ife himself. It signifies a return to sacred tradition, an acknowledgement of divine femininity, and a quiet but firm recognition of Queen Naomi's spiritual authority. They said Queen Naomi had told the Ooni of Ife that no matter what, he needs to begin to stand up for what is right. That he cannot continue. Things are going wrong every day. Because these women are tied to him, he will not do what he needs to do as a king. That he needs to do what he needs to do. Now, do you know why the women in Ile-Ife are celebrating Olori Naomi so much? Why they are talking, a lot of people may ask, why are they praising Olori Naomi over Iyaitunu's reinstatement? Now, sources within the palace reveal that discussions about restoring, Iyaitunu began a few months ago, but no real progress was made until Queen Naomi returned to the royal circle in an unofficial spiritual adversary role. While many are still fixated on Ooni of Ife's, multiple marriages and the drama that sometimes accompanies them, something deeper has been unfolding: Queen Naomi's unwavering commitment to the throne's spiritual legacy. Now, while Queen Naomi was in the palace, Iyaitunu was still the woman, the Iyaloro of, Ọṣun, right? And she was close to Olori Naomi somehow, right? But you do know that Olori Naomi is a Christian, a born-again Christian. And one thing that is admirable about Olori Naomi does not see you and begin to condemn you. Olori Naomi is not the kind of Christian that is into condemnation. Olori Naomi is not the kind of Christian that tries to, make you, as in take you out of your own belief system. She's always able to create a balance. If you want to be there, be there. But I have what I believe in and I stand by what I believe in. Now, this woman was quite close to Olori Naomi as far as the scheme of things. Of course, it's concerned inside the palace. You know that then they used to have all of this, their women meeting up and down. And because of her position, that is this woman, she used to be, very, very close to the women, in the grassroots. So because of that, Naomi used to be very close to her. When Ebony came back, came into the palace quickly, as in no time, they now said this woman, Iyaitunu, had done something wrong by selling artifact to Chinese people. The woman cried and said, there is nothing like that. That somebody is just trying to frame her up, that sell artifact to which Chinese people and all of that. Now, if there is such an allegation, sure, there's supposed to be some kind of investigation to ascertain whether she did it or not. But they said they went ahead and she was dethroned. All the people who claimed they had evidences against her, none of them came out. From that time, Naomi was very, very angry. But you know that at that time, too, Naomi and the Ooni of Ife, they were not that close. Naomi was angry. Naomi had already sworn that she was never returning back to the palace. She had already told everybody that she should not be referred to as a queen, that she's not a queen. She's, you know, all of that. So when Kabiyesi started coming, Naomi had been talking about this over and over and over again. Now you can now see why these people have been fighting Naomi so badly. 2 years down the road, or almost 3 years now, things have really gone wrong. Things have really gone bad. And they are all aware that should Naomi return back, Naomi will do everything that is within her power to try and straighten out things, okay? Yes, they know that Naomi is going to do whatever she needs to do to try and straighten out things. And that is why you see they have continued to fight Olori Naomi to ensure that Naomi returning to the palace is not feasible. They say one of the major reasons why Ebony has been fighting Naomi tooth and nail was because she also held that on one of those occasions, Queen Naomi had suggested the palace needed to reconnect with its founder, you know, foundational spiritual symbol like Iyaitunu. Many royal women took note. Some were skeptical, but after a private audience between Queen Naomi and the Ooni of Ife in Lagos, okay, during a sacred meeting, okay, everything changed because Olori Naomi had to really speak to the Ooni of Ife. And they said at that time, Ooni of Ife said to Olori Naomi to hold on and let them begin to check things. Let us see. Let them hold on to see if Iyaitunu really did something wrong or not. But you know, when the gods want to buy you, they'll make you crazy first. Ebony now got involved again in this thing with the dog blood that made that small boy to confess. And as soon as that boy confessed that, look, oh, see what they have been trying to do, see what they've been trying to do. They say Ooni of Ife just used this opportunity to, with the Council of Elders, that was how they just dethroned Ebony and reinstated Iyaitunu. That if you see, palace women broke into songs of praise, not just for the return of Iyaitunu, but for Queen Naomi, whose influence has become undeniably strong. Again, this wasn't a show of mere loyalty, it's a spiritual celebration. These women who have witnessed the drama, the tears, the competition among the, you know, most women in the palace, they also know that Iyaitunu was not well treated, okay? You know that when you are a custodian to any kind of deity, you have people who believe so much in that deity. They will come down to you. They want to do everything to you because of what you believe, because you share the same belief system. That's how Iyaitunu gathered, you know, members, people who trusted him. As a matter of fact, why Ebony was there, they said even people who had problems, they would still come back to Iyaitunu. People who would want, you know, to be prayed for, you know, for a child or anything, they still find a way somehow to locate Iyaitunu, to come to Iyaitunu. And so when they gave Iyaitunu her position back, they say if you see the kind of celebration, okay, the kind of celebration, everybody was happy. They say people were happy. And that the Oloris, they were so confused because they already know that with what is going on now, a lot is going to happen to them. That's what has been going on. If the information is correct, I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.